Breaking news from Team Mosaic.
Korea is no longer the country you thought it was. Diversity is on the rise.
But what does it really mean for Korea today?
Let's begin with a simple question. When we say sustainable, what do you think of first?
I assume probably the environmental things like climate change or recycling, right?
Right. But today, we want to look at sustainability in a different way. Not just environmental, but social sustainability. How can you make our Korean society sustainable as it is becoming more multicultural?
Look around. In 2024, more than 190,000 students in Korea came from multicultural families. At the same time, many farms, factories, and care centers already rely on migrant workers. And international marriages are no longer unusual. They happen every year. Korea is already changing fast.
And with our aging population and the world's lowest birth rate, diversity is not an option anymore. It's a necessity for our future. Without it, our economy and communities cannot simply survive.
That's why diversity is not just something nice to have. It's something we need in order to survive and grow as a society.
So, here is the real question. When we say, are we ready to live together in a sustainable way?
Let's be honest. Our society is easily in our society, we can easily see the stereotypes and unequal treatments everywhere. Look at these examples.
Yeah, many people believe that in order for a community to remain strong, everyone must share the same thoughts and behaviors. But that doesn't lead to sustainability. That's more like a suppression.
Real sustainability comes from recognizing and respecting others' differences. It comes from building systems that can support everyone, not just the majority.
That's why our key message is sustainability is harmony with difference.
This idea is not completely new. Confucius called it 화이부동, which means diversity without uniformity.
Yes, harmony, not sameness. People shouldn't have to give up their culture and identity to be accepted. Instead, society should help them keep it proudly.
This is what philosopher Charles Taylor also said. People need recognition, being seen and respected as who they are, not just to survive, but to thrive as full members of society.
And if we want our society to be stable and sustainable, we must stop asking people to erase who they are, but start to recognizing who they are.
Then, how do we build that kind of society?
First, we need practical support through policy. Local governments can offer legal counseling and interpretation services so multicultural families are not left without guidance.
And beyond support, people should also be represented in local policies. For example, through local advisory councils. In that way, society becomes more sustainable because people can be both protected and heard.
Our other point is media literacy. What we see shapes what we believe. Media often shows only one narrow image of what it means to be Korean, and that leaves people from diverse backgrounds unrecognized.
Media literacy helps us notice these biases and demand more diverse stories. When society values its own members and respects their differences, it becomes more just, fair, and truly sustainable.
Building a sustainable society is not just about resources. It's about people and how we treat each other.
Diversity is not a threat to sustainability. It's a resource if we embrace it.
So, if we want our society that lives peacefully, fairly, and united, we must make sustainability not just about the nature, but about how we live together.
Let's build a sustainable society.
Not by erasing differences,
but by going through them. Thank you.